Welcome back to Pennsylvania Business Television. According to a recent article in Pennsylvania Business Central newspaper, fishing is worth some $1 billion annually to the Pennsylvania economy. According to the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, anglers spend more days fishing in Pennsylvania than any other state. But what happens when economic development threatens pristine forests and waterways in Pennsylvania? Let's examine one organization who is fighting to preserve one of Pennsylvania's most beautiful areas, the Eden Hill Conservancy. Today, we live in a fast-changing world of explosive development. Population growth and housing projects. Commercial real estate mega deals. High-tech gadgetry and computerization. Land that's parceled out to the highest bidder. It seems as though there's no end in sight to this irreversible force of progress. Imagine now a place where conservation is more important than construction, where natural resources are a closely guarded treasure, where young people can learn about and experience nature. This concept is not just a dream, it has become a reality because of an organization called Eden Hill Conservancy. The Eden Hill Conservancy is a tax-exempt 501c3 organization formed in 1995 for the purpose of preserving the natural resources, culture, and history of the area known as Eden Hill. The Conservancy was initiated by Wallace and Marie Riley, local landowners active in conservation and historical preservation, and includes in its membership several residents of the Spruce Creek community.
Right now we are in the middle of promotional efforts to promote the Eden Hill Conservancy, which the main purpose is the conservation of our natural resources, to enlarge the biodiversity that may be around us, and to hopefully to educate the public.
Eden Hill is located in Spruce Creek Township, Huntington County, Pennsylvania, and was settled by Robert Stewart, an Irish immigrant who purchased the property from the state of Pennsylvania in 1793. The Stewart family named the area Eden Hill due to the abundance of wild game, the forest land, and the streams populating this fertile plateau above Spruce Creek. The original stone farmhouses built by Stewart family members in the 1800s remain today. It is these natural resources and cultural and historical traditions which the EHC seeks to preserve. The mission of the EHC encompasses conservation, preservation, and education of the public about the rich history and resources of the Eden Hill area. This mission is realized through educational and cultural programs, acquisition of land or development rights, and promotion of the area as a site for scientific research.
It's something that we probably don't stop to think about every day. We just think that it's here today and it'll be here tomorrow. But until you see somebody like Mr. Riley who has thought ahead, looked to the future and thought, well, what if it's not here? And what can we do to make sure that it is?
The types of programs and activities supported by the Eden Hill Conservancy include tours of local stone houses and barns to acquaint the public with the architecture of the area and the role of farming in the local economy. Tours of local forests to educate the public about forest resources and management. Experimental planning projects to promote sound forestry practices and innovative land use. Development and maintenance of local nature trails. And fly fishing programs and demonstrations to expose the public to issues in water quality management, habitat management for fish and insect life, and to promote opportunities for fly fishing skill development.
I believe the Eden Hill Conservancy, in its own small way, is attempting to give something back to the local youth and give them a more sincere appreciation for what natural resources exist in this geographical territory.
It's terrific to see several instructors, mentors here, people from the valley that are really concerned about what's going on with the youth. The thing I like about the Conservancy is it's going to make sure things stay somewhat as they are here for years to come.
Charlie, who is a local fly fishing expert, has been very gracious in volunteering his time along with the club members from the Coleraine Fishing Club who are participating today in passing along some of the knowledge that he has in fly fishing.
The thing about fly fishing that you don't really get with bait fishing and spinner fishing, it's a total involvement. It's not only what fly you're using and how you're going to catch trout, but what insects are coming off the water, what are the trout taking. So it gets them involved in the total process, and I think it's really important.
The 113-acre tree farm on Eden Hill, called Irish Pines, granted a conservancy easement to the Eden Hill Conservancy in March of 1996. Approximately 23,000 trees were first planted at the Irish Pines between 1940 to 1946. The Rileys have operated the tree farm under a written management plan since 1971. In 1985, the Rileys initiated the Irish Pines Nature Trail. The trail was a major factor in Irish Pines being named the 1993 Pennsylvania Tree Farm of the Year. This trail serves as an integral part of the EHC Educational Forum.
One of the things that it provides as a benefit as a conservancy is an opportunity to ensure that life dreams and life goals can continue on. In a situation like this, obviously it's a very unique property. It's received management for 40 or 50 years. There are a lot of things in place here that you can't find elsewhere in the Commonwealth because it represents some of the early investments in conservation in the state of Pennsylvania following a period of destruction and removal up through the Second World War.
At various times during the year, the Rileys provide on-site nature seminars at the Irish Pines Tree Farm. Entire classes of school children are bussed in for field trips. Mr. Riley escorts the children along the nature trail, while Marie teaches a class in the nature barn.
And then the trail system itself, the investment that he and his wife have made in identifying the unique plants. I don't know anywhere else in central Pennsylvania, perhaps even in the state, where I can go out and find an inventory of the types of vegetation that we've got and to understand their relationship to other plants. And it's a good interpretive tool that provides us background on the forest that most people don't have.
One of the biggest concerns facing the Eden Hill Conservancy is the encroaching housing and land development happening nearby. State College, one of the fastest growing metropolitan areas in the country, is only a 30-minute drive from Eden Hill. A new development that will serve many State College commuters is ready to begin within close proximity to Eden Hill. Already, utilities are being prepared and lots are being sold off in preparation for the new development. What is the best way to protect the rich natural resources of Eden Hill against explosive development? The conservation easement may be the best answer to preserving the area. A conservation easement is a binding restriction a landowner places on a property's deed to permanently define and limit the type of development that may take place there. Generally, the easement is donated to a nonprofit land conservation organization.
In the long run, it's going to make for better conservation of our resources. We have to pass it on.
As a nonprofit tax-exempt organization, the EHC receives all of its financial support through donations. Parties interested in either donating time, funds, or property to the Conservancy may contact the Conservancy directly. Your donations will help Eden Hill Conservancy continue its programs and gain more conservation easements. The Eden Hill Conservancy, respecting yesterday, sharing and learning today, preserving for tomorrow.